once that gets going. Sweet. I'll give it a little opening prayer and we'll get going.
Okay.
Heavenly Father, we're so grateful for this day, and we're grateful that we have the opportunity to be going to school and to beginning our education. We are grateful for the opportunities that we've been blessed with, and ask that will give us of thy spirit this night as we discuss this case study and help us to understand the topics within so that we can potentially apply them in our futures. And we pray for these things in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen.
Okay.
I'm pulling up the questions as well.
Yeah, I forgot to pull
You
them
want
up.
one of us to read the questions this time, or?
Sure. If you guys want to maybe read the questions.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and read the question. We have to vote as a group. Should Doug accept the turn offer? Do you guys remember the case?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. My vote is, and I get that we probably will have different votes on this, but my vote is that yes, he should sell and get out of Dodge, take the money and run. That's my vote. What do you guys think?
I think he should not accept the offer from Turn, and keep going forward with what's the other guy's name?
Shields.
The CEO guy he's trying to get with him.
Uh-huh.
I think there's a lot of potential for the business, I guess he's trying to do.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm leaning more on the no side, but with the caveat.
Oh, Jimmy's calling us all. Should we decline him, or should we all just join? No, you got it.
No, we're like broadcasting right now, so we can't just leave it.
Yeah, he should be able to just use the link. I'll send it out to him again and see if he can get in there.
Okay. So you said that you were kind of leaning towards no as far as turning down the turn offer.
Yeah, but I think he needs to negotiate the terms a little bit better with Shields, because it sounds like he's kind of getting pushed out of his own company. Like if he splits it 50-50 and now this guy comes in and now he's a co-founder and he's the CEO, then it's like now you've just lost, well, not lost, but your share of the company is just getting hacked down.
Yeah.
So I think he needs to renegotiate those terms.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, sorry, Nick.
No, it's fine. Yeah, I definitely agree with that, because he's just trying to take over the whole thing and just make him like I think just a chief technology officer or something. But I think if he comes with a different agreement that he's able to take some kind of ownership of the company, he should definitely stick with the company, I think.
Right. Yeah, so you can keep reading the questions. We'll probably talk about all this stuff.
Start your discussion with those who say Doug should accept the turn offer. If no one votes for that option, come up with the reasons why he should take the offer, even if nobody thinks it's a good idea. Well, I'm the only one who voted to take the offer. For me, the reason and again, I was kind of 50-50 anyway on this, but just in order to complete the assignment, I picked one side. My opinion I don't know what's in the future of this, because he could be really successful and then potentially earn a lot more than $2 million, or he can crash and burn.
Right.
Those are the extremes on this whole pendulum or whatever. So I kind of went with the whole one bird in the hand is worth more than two in the bush type of mentality. He has it now. He'll have enough nest egg for his family. He can probably concentrate on his family more. And he can just retire and not have to worry about working it again. So those are my thoughts. And plus, Shields was, in my opinion, asking for way too much. I think Doug needs to have at least 51% of the company, at least, if not less for Shields. Maybe he has 25%, but 50% is way too much, in my opinion. So
yeah.
All right, so that's my thoughts for the accepting. Next, allow those who think he should take the offer to voice their opinions. Oh, wait. Next, allow those who think he should take the offer to voice their opinion. Again, support your argument with evidence and analysis. We just did that, so I think allow those who think he should take the offer to voice their opinions.
Yeah, it's
Again,
kind of
support your argument with evidence and analysis.
that's the same question, pretty much.
So, what is your guys' opinion on rejecting the offer then?
I mean, when I was looking at the 2 million with 2 million, I think was it 2 million worth of shares of Turn stock. I mean, yes, it's a good deal. I feel like once Kosman gets his company growing, I think it'll be worth a lot more than that. And like even his investors kind of showed him what companies that are in his same segment have sold for, like once they get rolling.
Yeah,
I mean,
it was like 200 million, I think.
He could either take 2 million in cash now, or if down the road he creates a lot of value for his company, and let's try to see if I can find it. So
there's Jimmy. Hey Jimmy, what's going on?
I'm just really frustrated at my computer, but continue, I guess.
Yes, sorry, but we kind of already hit the live button and everything, so but
It's
we're
all
really
good.
glad that you can come in. We just took a vote because that's the first option, is to take a vote on whether or not he should reject or accept the offer from Turn, which is to sell the company for, I think it was $2 million and $2 million in stock from the company. I'm the only one who voted to do it. The other two voted not to. Although I admit I'm kind of on a fence.
So my vote would be strongly in favor of not doing it.
Okay, cool.
So what's the reasoning behind that? Just so see if we're on the same page.
So after I kind of did the math, if he were to do a cash buyout, like if he were to accept the offer from Turn, he would have to pay $600,000 to his investors, the 3 angels.
Yeah.
And then he would also have to pay them another $500,000 in equity in the stock.
Oh.
So after he pays everyone out, he's left with about $2.9 million, and he also has the option whether he wants to pay out the guy that was the CEO. So when it's all said and done, the most he'll have is $2.9 million.
Yeah. And
then I did a pretty modest, mind you, from after like the if he were to continue with the rounds, like the funding rounds, that I had, that he'll end up with a lot more money that way.
Yeah, I was looking at that same stuff where the original investors would get 25%
of the equity
if they sell off. So that's pretty concerning. If he sells off, then they seem to get a pretty good chunk, which really brings down his value from that sale.
Okay, I guess I kind of missed that part. So yeah, that does make sense.
And then too, I have like they would have to do, okay. This is based on the assumption that they'll sell later down the road for $300 million.
Yeah,
that's what it said similar companies sold for in the case. So even if his ownership is really low, he still makes a lot more money just because of that sale in the future.
Right. Lot more
I did the computations, and I had that he'll own about 15% after everything's said and done, after all the investments, and that's still $45 million.
Yeah.
And even if it's lower than that, I mean, there's very few cases that it would be lower than what he would make if he just sold now.
Right.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, those are all great arguments. So I feel sheepish at this point, but it's all right. I've already written out the paper, so I'm not going to do it again. But those are great arguments, though, for sure. See here, the next question is, how much money will Doug receive? Okay, we already went over that. Realize that it is likely that nobody had a full correct answer to the question. No, we don't have to deal with that. Oh yeah, it says that since half of the buyout offer is in cash, you need to treat it as a cash sale and give the investors 2 times your investment in cash, which you guys know that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Half of the buyout offer is in preferred stock. You need to treat the portion of the buyout as stock and give investors 25% of the proceeds from the preferred shares. So is he getting for the $2 million in stock? Is it partly preferred stock and is the rest of it common stock? Does it say that?
I don't remember saying anything about that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can find out where it says that.
So in my computation, I just assumed that because he was going to receive $2 million in that new company equity. So I just treated it as stock, and so he would have to give 25% of that away.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, that all makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure because I don't even remember it being preferred stock, and it's been a while since I've taken financial accounting, so I kind of forget the difference on what all that entails and so forth. But I know there is a difference between the two. But yeah, what you guys have talked about definitely makes a lot of sense. So, discuss as a group, how much does Shields deserve? We've all agreed so far that Shields is asking for way too much in the company. What is your opinion, Jimmy?
So this is my point of view on that. Is he has a really good point in the fact that 50% it's a lot right now, but after all of the different rounds, like the investments, that 50% is going to be pretty diluted. Now, if he were to accept something really small, like smaller right now, his stake in the company further down the road would be pretty small.
Okay.
So I see that argument. I think 50% might be a little high, but I do think that he deserves something because he has the business know-how, and if you don't have him there, he's very, very valuable. So I think because of what he brings to the table, he does deserve a pretty good chunk.
Right.
That incentivizes him to actually work and get this company off the ground. But like I said, 50 might be a little high. And for him, it wouldn't even be worth his time if he's getting 10 or 5%. It would just, especially after it's diluted, he's going to end up with 2 in the end. Like, I don't know. He probably would be better off just doing venture capitalism at that point.
Okay.
I feel like 50% seems high. But so I read through his proposed contract or his offer letter, and it like laid out how much he was going to get paid and all these incentive stuff. So like his salary would be $250,000 a year, and then he would have incentive, like he would have CEO exclusive bonus plan, so he could. I'm trying to remember how much it was. He could get like an additional 10% of the stock or something like that.
Well, he would receive like a bonus in like the stock pool, like the equity pool that they had.
Right.
Just for like a commission, I guess.
Yeah, reading through his contract, it seems like this guy's getting a killer deal. Like 50% of the shares, plus a $250,000 salary, plus all these incentives and bonuses and things like that.
I think he's also trying to make him a co-founder of the company.
Yeah.
Which is a pretty big role.
This is also my point of view on this, as they were basically trying to make the deal really sweet for him, so it was a no-brainer.
Right.
So that's why it was pretty high, because he had the cards. Like he had the leverage to say, hey, no, I'm not going to go unless I get this, and that's why they even even looked at it. It's because he does have like a lot of he's a successful guy. He has the resume for it, and he would be good.
Yeah, I mean, he does have like, there's nobody else who could probably run the company as well as him because he has all the understanding and the background and the business side. So, like you said, he does have all the cards.
Yeah.
Whereas if they said like, no, let's go like 75-25, and Shields is like, okay, then I'm out. Like, good luck.
Yeah, he'll just be like, cool, see ya.
Yeah.
But in the end, is it high? Yes, but I don't know how many other options they have.
Right.
That's why.
Would it be okay to ask for maybe 49 and 51, so that way Doug at least owns complete, still has majority, or?
I think that would be fair. I mean,
Yeah.
he did build the company.
Yeah, I mean, that's the only thing that bothers me about it. But I do think you guys are making some great points as far as you've got to compensate him pretty heavily because Doug doesn't have a whole lot of experience as well. So that would be kind of hard to for him to, like, he probably would be kind of up a creek without a paddle on that on that situation.
He not only has the expertise in that field, but he also comes from the venture capital industry. He'll have all the connections, and he'll be able to one that gets him those future fundings.
Yeah.
And probably
that's right.
Great.
Okay.
And Cosman, like the other thing I think it's funny about Cosman is he says multiple times that like, I'm not a leader of the people. Like, I don't want to be a leader. Like, I just want to like just work on the engineering, like software side of it.
Yeah. It says, why does Washing want Doug to reject the turn offer? I'm trying to remember who he was. Washing. Do you guys remember?
He was one of the angel investors.
Yep.
Okay. He wants him to turn down the offer. Won't Washington get a pretty good return on his investment?
He would.
Yeah.
So he just has a lot more potential not buying out. I mean, he'll make more than double his money, which is really good. But he's hoping for 30 times growth, 100 times growth.
Yeah. Pretty good. Okay. Let's see here. Next question. Can Doug use the turn offer to his advantage if he rejects it? Well, yeah, obviously, because we all agree that he's going to make a lot more money. Was there anything else to that? Like, is there any other advantage you can get other than making a lot of money?
Says what?
Yeah, the question says, can Doug use the turn offer to his advantage if he rejects it?
I think he can.
Yeah.
If he does that, he'll earn respect from his investors and also people in the company. They'll be like, oh, look, he didn't sell off. Like, he believes in this. So they're going to get a morale boost. And then also, too, it shows that it is valuable. If people are making offers on something, that shows that other people see the value in it.
Yeah.
The more, the better.
Makes sense. Yeah, let's see here.
So it also says that, like, it's right above the conclusion. It says, because Washington was talking about how, like, he understands where Cosman's coming from his position, and he said that after Doug received the call from Hearn, we did start to think about how we might be able to get Doug some cash as part of the financing. So, like, they realized that he could use this offer as leverage. So, like, hey, I need to get something more from this deal if I'm just going to reject this sale offer. So he could be using that as leverage to get a little bit more.
Okay. Alrighty. Did you guys read? I didn't even know this was there, but there's a B case and a C case. Did you guys read those? It's kind of like some. I think it's the result of the case, like what happened. Did you guys read that?
No, I didn't.
No, I did not.
Yeah, it says click here to read the B case. and it's like 2 paragraphs. And it says
Oh,
that
really?
since he became the CEO, he commuted to the Bay Area to meet with Cosman. Shields commuted to the Bay Area. Cosman almost sold Yieldex for $4 million in 2007, but after an agonizing internal debate, he decided to forego the quick exit and hire Shields to help him pursue the growth in the company. They had been negotiating an equity split when the unexpected offer came in, and they were close to an agreement in which Shields hoped to receive 50% of the pre-Series A common shares. Shields had pressed Cosman to turn down the offer, but that came with a price to Shields. He ultimately agreed to take 40% of the common, while Cosman held on to the remaining 60. Cosman then sold 20 of his common back to the company to take out some cash. And both Shields and Cosman were diluted in the Series A round several days after Shields joined the company. Sequel Venture Partners led the round with a $2 million investment, and they were joined by first round capital for $500,000 and angel investors that converted their seed notes into Series A shares and invested additional money. And the pre-money valuation at the Series A was $4.9 million. So it looks like Shields ended up with 40%.
Yep. Which
So
I think that's more fair.
Mhm.
yeah, me too. I think that's still giving him a pretty good chunk, while still allowing the original.
That's funny.
What's that?
Those are like the points we covered and like we kind of agreed on, and it's funny that's how it ended up.
Yeah. There's more to it, but that's the first paragraph. That's the B part of it. It says, as a group vote, should Tom hire Barr? Wait, where's Barr? I'm not sure who Barr is. Let's see here.
That's on the second. That's on the second page.
Oh, it is on the second page.
We just read it real quick. I can read the first paragraph.
Sure.
Shields had in this week. He had recently met a Boulder-based candidate, John Barr, who came highly recommended from the sequel partner, Tom Washing. Barr had a strong track record in multiple successful startups. He had been the CTO at his last 2 companies, but he was willing to join Yieldex as the VPE, also reporting to Shields. Shields believed Barr was a good fit, and he was ready to hire him. But Cosman was troubled by Barr's unfamiliarity with several of the key components of the Yieldex solution. He wondered how Barr can manage a software platform that he didn't fully understand. Cosman was also concerned that Barr seemed to be questioning the skills and output of some of the employees that he had hired.
So obviously the question is because it looks like he would also be one of the leaders in the Boulder, Colorado office as well. Whereas I think Cosman is in the Bay Area, right?
Yeah. Other way around.
Oh, other way around. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Shield is from the Bay Area. Cosman is in Boulder, Colorado. So, okay. So do you guys think that he should hire Barr or say no?
It kind of comes down to the same thing, where it's like, do you go with the founder of the company's opinion, or do you go with the guy who knows business and who knows how to run the company?
Yeah.
And then plus too, it sounds like they don't get along very well, or Cosman and Barr would clash heads, which that's not good for the business environment. But I don't know. It would help, in my opinion, if he was very, very skilled in that particular. But they said there's some shortfalls that he had. If he has shortfalls and he's, I don't know if it's a good fit.
Yeah, I think so too. Like, it seems like he doesn't even know the key components of the Yieldex solution. So, like, how he's gonna manage the thing that he doesn't even know about.
So
yeah.
The second paragraph on the first page actually kind of goes into like more of why they're trying to hire Barr. And it's kind of where like Kosman doesn't want to be the lead, like he doesn't want to be managing his team of engineers, and so they like Shields thinks that they need to bring somebody in to manage the engineering team. Kosman says he wants a candidate who's like familiar with the technical stuff and the software, and Shields wants somebody with management experience. And I'm on Shields' side here because it's like, look, Kosman is already, he's like the creator of the software. He understands it as an engineer. What they need is a manager to handle the day-to-day stuff with all the engineers. Kosman doesn't want to do that. He's the lead engineer. They need a manager to kind of show them, like, this is how it's going to work.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Granted, that's kind of hard to do because to put a manager over the founder of the company is kind of weird.
Yeah. So are you guys kind of leaning towards no on that then?
Well, I'm leaning towards yes. I think they should hire him from a management perspective.
Okay.
And then just let Kosman handle all of the like technical side of things with the engineers.
Okay.
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I would kind of agree too. And believe it or not, there is actually a part C to this as well, but thankfully it's only 2.5 lines. So it's not even a paragraph.
So
It says in here that 6 months later, an email from John Barr, who is the vice president of engineering, or ENG, I guess that's engineering, I don't know, to Tom Shields, the CEO. He says this: Doug continues to be disruptive. His salary is $170,000. He holds the title CTO, which I should have. His team wasn't functional and has been replaced. At the board meeting today, do the right things for the company.
oh man.
Pretty harsh.
He's trying to take him out.
Yeah. So obviously, do the right thing for the company means to try to fire this guy,
Yeah.
Doug. It says, should Tom fire Doug? But, I mean, obviously, I don't know. I haven't heard Doug's side of the story. You guys have any insight?
So sometimes in these kind of cases, you have someone like that. They just basically would just receive royalties, and then let other people do it. So I mean, I don't think not necessarily he'll be fired, like he'll be severed from all ties, but he just won't work with them, and he'll just he'll receive some type of bonus.
Yeah, but
I don't know.
it's like, you know, it's like his baby. Like he built that thing. You know, he worked so hard for it, and like somebody comes and takes it over, and like, oh, let's just send him home.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. So, anyway, it says, does Yieldex need Kosman anymore? What value does Doug bring to the company now that they have his algorithm? How could Doug have avoided getting into this situation? Do you guys want to change your minds about the buyout now? I'm lost at this point. So,
Well, I feel like, I don't know, from Doug's perspective, and now looking at it now, obviously hindsight's 2020. Like he should have taken the buyout because essentially he's like he doesn't want to be in a management role. He doesn't have any business experience. He's already created the algorithm, which now it's like distributed through his employees. So it is kind of like he doesn't have much use in the company.
yeah.
So in that case, it's like, look, you've got the intellectual property. Like, if you could sell it for $4 million now, then like, perfect. I don't know, because he still has a huge a number of shares in the company. He could just kind of, I don't know if he can bow out or how that works, and just say like, look, I'm off the team. You guys can run with it. I'm going to keep my shares as the founder and owner, and then let you guys run it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he can still get money from his shares from company, like, you know.
How about you? How about you, Jimmy? Do you want to change your mind, or do you still feel the same?
I feel the same.
So okay.
And then also too, but at this point in the game, the fact that he didn't take the initial buyout, he's getting paid $175,000 a year. So that also kind of takes away from the big chunk of money he didn't get out at the beginning.
Yeah.
But it's like we all say, like I think at this point, if he doesn't need to be there, then it's better for the company just to, I don't know. He just sold kind of, I guess.
Yeah.
I think fire is a strong word. Like, I don't think you should fire the founder of the company. That doesn't jive well.
It's like I don't know. It's like somebody fired Mark Zuckerberg from Facebook.
Yeah. I don't think that would work.
Yeah, that would be kind of hard. But anyway, that's the last question. I know we kind of went through it pretty quickly, but I don't know. Is there anything more we should discuss on this? Or
it's pretty clear to me.
Yeah.
It's fun to see how situations change depending on like what information you have.
Yeah, like I honestly didn't know that that those B and C cases were on there, but that does add some extra drama in there, so that's always fun.
Yeah.
But anyway, alrighty. Well, should we wrap